Nintendo really wants you to pay $80 for Mario Kart. It's time for the latest news out of Japan. Okay, so here's the situation. The Nintendo Switch 2 is real. It's launching in 2025, and instead of celebrating, the internet is spiraling over one number, 80, as in $80 for a single game. More specifically, Mario Kart World, the first big Switch 2 exclusive, is dropping with a price tag that immediately sent fans into Joker origin story territory. No, seriously, someone literally tweeted, "If Mario Kart World is actually $80, I might become the Joker." And it's not just that game. According to Forbes, the pricing trend is very real. Nintendo's moving forward with $80 to $90 USD pricing for major new titles. And they're not backing down. No collector's edition, no extra goodies, just the new standard. And fans? They're losing their minds. One post that went viral shows a bare-bones Switch 2 home menu with only Mario Kart World in the lineup. The caption, "This is how the Nintendo Switch 2 menu will look because people can only afford one game." Painfully accurate. So, why is this happening? Why are Nintendo games getting a 14% price hike when most of us are still haunted by that $70 tag from Tears of the Kingdom? Let's break it down. Nintendo claims it's all about value. According to a recent IGN interview, the company is charging based on experience, not just strategy. Nintendo VP Bill Trinan said that Mario Kart World justifies its price by being bigger, better, and packed with more content than ever. Online infrastructure, new characters, new tracks, a campaign mode, the whole 9 yards. Sounds great, right? But fans aren't exactly buying it. Or rather, they're not ready to buy it for $80. If you buy Mario Kart 8 for $80, you may be entitled to medical care because you have brain damage. This, my friend, is the vibe. Now, to be fair, Nintendo has always been a bit of a premium brand, but this is different. This isn't just a higher price tag for a special edition with cool extras. This is the base price for Mario Kart World, one of the most beloved and accessible franchises in the gaming world. And here's the thing, while Mario Kart might have a massive, hardcore fan base, it's also a game that most families, young kids, and casual players can easily pick up. It's the perfect entry point into Nintendo's magic, but now it's something you've gotta save up for. This is Nintendo trying to shift their pricing structure. The Switch 2 is a luxury item, and Nintendo seems to be betting that we'll pay for it. But why now? Let's get a little deeper into the economics behind all this. According to NPR, the US price of the Nintendo Switch 2 could go even higher because of the new tariffs. We're talking about 24% taxes on Japanese electronics, which was introduced during the Trump administration. And while Nintendo claims it's not affecting the pricing of their games, it's hard to ignore the fact that the console itself is priced at $449.99, a figure that might increase with tariffs. Now, when you consider that, it starts to make sense why Nintendo is jacking up game prices. It's not just about bigger content as they're suggesting, it's also about covering costs. With tariffs potentially pushing the price of the Switch 2 even higher, and with Nintendo likely feeling the heat from bot scalpers and limited stock, they're trying to offset that with game prices that are already pushing $80. But that doesn't sit right with a lot of people. Fans are, to put it lightly, not happy. On Twitter, people are roasting Nintendo's pricing strategy left and right. One tweet reads, "Imagine being a kid trying to convince your mom to buy you an $80 game. It's a feeling a lot of people can relate to. If Nintendo thinks they can charge that much for a game that's been known to be family-friendly and affordable, they might be in for a rude awakening when parents are out here wondering if the kid can get a used game at GameStop instead." Another user sarcastically posted, "If Mario Kart is $80, I'm gonna start playing board games again." This is a vibe many gamers can relate to. You have to wonder if this is the right move. It's almost like Nintendo is betting on people buying a single game and then never buying another one, because you'll be broke from paying for Mario Kart World. Meanwhile, other big names like PlayStation and Xbox are still offering games in that $60 to $70 range. The Xbox One stumble in 2013 serves as a cautionary tale for Nintendo right now. Just like Microsoft, Nintendo seems to be testing the limits of fan loyalty with the Switch 2. The decision to hike up prices for both the console and its games, especially with Mario Kart World now at $80, feels like Nintendo might be jumping the gun. There's a real risk that by pushing this pricing too far, they could alienate their fan base, much like Xbox did with their restrictive policies. The Xbox One's early moves attempting to limit game sharing and enforce always online requirements were initially seen as a greedy grab for more control over the gaming market. They underestimated how much consumers valued the ability to share, trade, or resell games, which ultimately played a huge role in Sony's victory that generation. The PlayStation 4 capitalized on this, promising a more open, consumer-friendly experience. In the end, Xbox had to reverse many of their policies, but the damage was done. They lost the trust of the very people they hoped to keep loyal. Me dreaming of the universe where Kamala won and the Switch 2 was $379.99 instead. This tweet hits different. Nintendo is definitely not in a position to make political statements, but it highlights an underlying frustration. What many people are upset about is that these price jumps are happening during a time when everything is more expensive. Gas, groceries, bills, and when inflation hits, your gaming budget doesn't magically grow. Switch owners are especially feeling the sting. We're looking at a premium product, which is expected to deliver on graphics, performance, and exclusive games. Yet Nintendo is pricing themselves out of the casual gamer market they've so carefully cultivated. So, here's the real question. Can Nintendo afford to push this kind of pricing? Maybe, maybe not. The original Nintendo Switch, released in 2017, was a revolutionary hit that completely transformed the gaming landscape. It was the first hybrid console allowing players to seamlessly transition between handheld and home gaming with the same device. The flexibility and portability of the Switch made it an instant success, tapping into both casual gamers and hardcore fans alike. Thanks to its incredible lineup of games, including The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Animal Crossing New Horizons, the Switch became a go-to console for a wide range of players. It quickly became Nintendo's fastest-selling console, surpassing the Wii's sales figures and even challenging the dominance of PlayStation and Xbox in certain regions. The Switch's success was driven by its affordability and accessibility. At a time when PlayStation and Xbox were pushing $400 plus consoles, the Switch's $299 price tag felt like a steal. The ease of use, combined with Nintendo's iconic first-party titles, created a unique and attractive value proposition. Fast forward to today, and the Switch is nearing 130 million units sold, making it one of the best-selling consoles of all time. The success of the original Switch was built on the concept of being affordable and accessible to a broad range of players. By ramping up the pricing on the console and its games, Nintendo is definitely shifting away from that. And it's a big risk. Yes, they'll make a lot of money off of Mario Kart World and the Switch 2, but how many fans are going to say, nah, I'll just skip this generation of Nintendo consoles? For all we know, the Switch 2 could be their highest grossing console yet. But it could also be their most divisive. Pricing like this could drive the hardcore fanbase away, especially when Nintendo consoles are traditionally viewed as affordable alternatives to PlayStation and Xbox. But then again, Nintendo's always done their own thing, regardless of industry trends. They have a loyal fan base. But loyalty can only carry a company so far when people feel disrespected by pricing. We're seeing a cultural moment where people are challenging Nintendo's pricing decisions. Fans want to love the Switch too, they really do. But at a time when everything feels more expensive, the backlash against these $80 games is real. And while Mario Kart World may be an amazing game, is it worth buying a new console? For many, the answer seems to be no. For the rest of us, though, the real question is, what's next? How far will Nintendo push this? Will the price come down? Or is this their way of slowly but surely making the Nintendo Switch a luxury item for the wealthy gamer only? Right now, it's hard to say. But one thing's for sure, the internet's watching and the fans are ready to riot. And so, what do you think? Would you shell out the $80 for Mario Kart World? Is Nintendo justified in raising prices like this? In other news, the Pokemon anime had a time skip.